Good evening, folks. It's Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Let's talk about false CPS reporting. Weaponizing CPS. Good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, I want to get on and talk about what's going on here, weaponizing CPS. Once again, CPS was called on me for something else. They called me today, but I knew this was coming because I was threatened with CPS by one of these fake pages. Now, did I catch the person who created this fake page? I believe I may have. I believe I really may have caught this person. Filing a false CPS report here in New York, in the state of New York, is a crime punishable by up to a year in jail and a $10,000 fine. And so now it's happened twice. And I got information on who it is. All the information I have not put out because, some of it I have to keep for the courts. But I was being harassed by this page, a new page that was not new. I think I've seen this page before. A person going by the name of Sonia Sanchez. And Sonia Sanchez has been following my posts and just writing things and all these comments. And I have no idea who this person is, but they're very upset, obviously. Very upset. Saying mean things, posting my kids. And today, or it might have been yesterday, they posted, a picture of my daughter, or they said something about CPS and all the CPS callers out there inciting people to call CPS. But they made a mistake. They slipped up because these people are very, emotional. And obviously, I'm getting under your skin. If it's not true what I'm saying, then why are you creating all these fake pages? Why are you calling CPS? Why are you utilizing Brian Harrod, Frankie Jarris, and the Yonkers Newswire, as well as Ruros and the Yonkers Voice, to put up all these nasty posts, but not just about me. If it was me, whatever. It's about my wife and now my kids. But they don't like it when you do it back. Oh, no, they have a big problem. They have an issue. They don't like that. And, it's not like this has happened before. It's not happened before. This is something that they do. This is why people are scared to talk. People are scared to speak up. And so now they are utilizing basement politics. So the information that I put on my page is not information that I alone am just making up. I'm getting information, very good information from reliable sources. And people are telling me, they're wondering who the sources are. How are you getting this information? You're doing a great job connecting the dots. And people are concerned with the information that I am putting out on my podcast. So they have enlisted the help of their supporters, those who have gotten jobs because of them, the minions, district leaders, ward leaders, and they're creating these fake pages and they just are attacking me every which way. I've had threats. I've had harassing phone calls to my office. I've had people come to my office. I've had people try to assault me on the street. And I'm still here. I still have not stopped. And so now they've taken it to calling CPS and filing CPS reports. Disgusting. Disgusting. And I think I caught them. I think I caught you. You're caught. You know who you are. You know who you are. So very recently, I was doing a podcast on redistricting, and my cousin's wife decided to chime in toward the end. She was very upset. Very upset. Now, my cousin, as I mentioned before, is Vinny Spano's best friend. And I know I have information, again, that I'm not going to put out all the information, that Vinny Spano and other individuals were involved in the CPS call on November 17th. They utilized that video and created a completely false story about the video, and then used that to call CPS. Now, this is what they do. They did this to Mike Cater. First, they used these websites to put out some false story about you. And then they have someone else go and call CPS or call, Liam McLaughlin, the Inspector General. And then they try to get you in a jam. This is what they do. It's a pattern. I'm not the first one. And I won't be the last if we don't come out and vote. Anthony DiMaggio and I were just talking about this. They try to utilize the CPS and the family courts against him because of their disgusting retaliatory behavior. He didn't get to see his daughter for a year. And this is the disgusting thing that they do. And I know people are going to support them. I know people are going to say, oh, it's not them, you're a liar. But so many people already know how they do things here. I'm not the first again. They tried to accuse me of child pornography, some pornography. They tried to accuse me of having an affair, of having a love child. They tried to accuse me of putting up a billboard to attack Hispanic leaders. When that didn't work, they started to prank call my office. That didn't work. They started creating fake pages to come and attack me, say the most disgusting things, providing not one piece of evidence. Unlike I have, I call Ru Rosa a pedophile, I put the evidence up. I show you the colluding. I show you the contributions that they receive and from who. But they don't. They make fake pages. They can't show their real face and say what they want to say. They have to create fake pages. Why? If everything's a lie, then why go through all the trouble to create fake pages and constantly harass? And folks, they watch my page. Like, they literally watch it every minute. I mean, I put something up and boom, they're already responding in some form of fashion. And so, again, today I was dealing with this fake account, Sonia Sanchez. And she sounded familiar in what she was saying. Very familiar. But I don't know who she is, so why is she upset? What's her beef with me? I've never mentioned the Sonia Sanchez, but apparently she has a problem with me. This is Sonia Sanchez, the fake page. So now she had a profile picture of a dog, and when I outed her, she quickly changed it. How more obvious can you be? How more obvious can you be? You change the picture right away. Now it's how you gonna win when you ain't right within. And you all become part of the circus. Entertain a clown and you become part of a circus. So she's referring to me, obviously, but I don't know who you are, or do I? Or do I, Sonia Sanchez? This is the picture that she had before, the profile picture here, and that she took real quick. This dog here. I remember this picture. Back when I was still friends with my cousin, Erwin. And so I put up this picture and I said, oh, is this who it is? Is this who's creating the fake page? What I find funny is that after I put this, not only did they change the profile pic of the dog, Miss Vasquez, my cousin's wife, starts to private message me. But she's not so aggressive as she was the other night on my podcast when she was cursing. In fact, she was even saying sorry. Why? Why are you messaging me saying sorry? I was upset. That's harassment towards your family. You know what? You want to see all the posts and screenshots and comments that I have collected from the fake page created by Mrs. Vasquez? You tell me, folks. You tell me. Am I onto something here? Sure, dogs get bigger. She said, oh, that's a picture. Well, that's my daughter that they put up. All right? My daughter's never said nothing. My sister's wife has never said nothing, but they yet and still go after her. And Erwin knows who these people are. I will prove it. I'm going to prove it. You thinking this just as a Facebook thing? No, I'm letting everyone else know also about it, because we're going to put it out to the public to show what these individuals do. It's not just going to be court. We're going to go to court, but we're also going to be doing this right here on Base of Politics. You want to engage my podcast? You want to engage my page? Then you're going to be out there. That's it. That's it. You want to engage my podcast, you want to engage me on Facebook, you want to create fake pages, then you're entering the arena. And that's what's going to be. So then my cousin comes on and makes a comment. He says, that's a nice picture of us having some good times. It is. It's a beautiful picture. You should get out of the basement. So look, he's going to try to insult me now because I caught on to this fake page, so he wants to insult me. You should get out of the basement and try doing some vacationing with your family, Fred. We go on vacation. Thank you, Erwin. We just got away not too long ago, Erwin. Why are you worried about that? Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Come on, guy, hang it up already. Stop talking about the corruption that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist? Is that a fact? The desegregation case that happened in the 80s and 90s was 30, 40 years ago, and people being supported by tax dollars. When the missus works for the school system, you have good benefits through her job, and she's part of the best pension system in the country. Yes, she's working for the school, but she earned that. She didn't get the family and friends hookup. And if you speak to people who work with her, they will say she does a great job. She's amazing. Because she does. And she doesn't mention anything about you or anybody else or anything in politics because she stays out of it. It's not her concern. But it appears to be your wife's concern because she got on my podcast the other night and was being very rude, cursing. It's not very ladylike. Insulting me. Did I insult her? Did I disrespect her? No. I told you I liked your podcast in the beginning, but you took the podcast down a dark road. I've also helped put you in contact with Vinny for problems you were having, but you're controlled by a political operative that wouldn't allow you to have a good relationship with good people. And who's that? I didn't ask for his number. You showed up in my message inbox one day with his number, telling me to give him a call, saying that he asked me to give him a call. Okay, so I called him to see what he wanted. And what he wanted was to utilize my podcast to put out his message and to try to manipulate me and keep me away from talking about the things that I'm speaking about lately. That's getting me these CPS cases. Empire Strategic Planning. Sandy Anabi and the corruption trial of 2012. And how similar it is to the 2021 flip-flop of Majority Leader Tasha Diaz. And Zahi Juris is in the middle of it. Again, Nick Spano is in the middle of it. Again. It's a fact that Mayor Spano said so himself in emails that he tried every angle to get Sandy Anabi to switch her vote. Zahi Juris himself told me that just before they went in to vote on the housing to overturn the mayor's veto, the mayor had a meeting with them and spoke to them. Did he try every angle to get Tasha Diaz to turn on her vote or flip on her vote? Did he bribe them or did he threaten them before they went in to vote? These are questions that we should be asking. These are the questions that the Newswire, that the Tribune, that Yonkers Voice and every other news outlet, so-called news outlet, should be asking. Then shouldn't be worried about Freddie Vasquez. I mean, they're talking about me constantly. As if I am the hottest thing here in the city of Yonkers. I am the top news, I guess. I've also helped you, political operative. He's saying I have a political operative. No, I don't. I have the people of the city of Yonkers that are giving me information, Erwin. It's the people that are tired of it. If you want to play, like you're blind and you don't see it, go right ahead. It's the people giving me information. You're saying things that made several people ask me for a job with the city by paying me money. Please stop making these outlandish claims. I never said that, Erwin. What I said was that Cal Nasser, a good friend of Vinny Spano and the Spanos, as Vinny said so himself, his brother was offering jobs for sale. I asked Vinny about it. He mentioned your name. Not me. Vinny threw you under the bus in that conversation. Your best friend. And I showed you that. I'll bring it up here. Vinny says that if any jobs were being asked, it was coming from you. He goes, I mean, you just did that a few days ago. I don't know if anyone from your fam that was being considered. It would have come from Erwin, I would think. This is Vinny Spano, your best friend. It would have come from Erwin, I would think. Okay, from what we got, it's that your family doesn't want to ask anymore because of you. And they feel like it wouldn't be right to ask when you're going after the mayor. Who's asking for a job? I never sent anyone. And is that how you get jobs in the city? Is he admitting that if you ask, and as long as they like you, they'll give you the job? Or aren't you supposed to apply? He mentioned your name in that job for sale thing, Erwin. He did. He's the gray. It would have come from Erwin, I would think. What does he mean by that, Erwin? What does he mean? Your buddy did, throwing you under the bus. Then he goes on to say, oh, why are you stressing yourself and your family out? I'm not stressing out. I'm not stressing out at all. I enjoy doing the podcast, actually, Erwin. You're stressing out. You guys are creating the fake pages and harassing me. You're stressing out. The city finally has a council that has a Democratic advantage with a majority of them being in the minority. Why would you throw stones rather than uplift people that look like you? Because they are not representing the people that look like them. You're oblivious to the fact that they are creating a situation where people are being forced out of the city. Rents are being driven up high because of these luxury developments that are not for them. Your friend, the mayor, said the average person makes $35,000 a year here in the city of Yonkers. Then those luxury developments are not for them. Blacks and Hispanics, they're the ones that are leaving. I had someone ask to borrow money recently so they can pay for an attorney to deal with their eviction just before the holidays. While you're spending time at your beautiful family on Christmas, these people are figuring out where they're going to live, Erwin. Do you care? Why would you throw stones? He goes, I need to reconstruct my image. Stop talking about Zahi. This man is supporting Zahi. Stop talking about Zahi, a man that started his political career by helping a Puerto Rican win a seat in the council and other minorities, like Sandy Anabi. Did he help her out? And what about Tasha Diaz? Is he helping her out? Any political operatives is for the advancement of our city. That's time away from their families for the benefit of our city. A lobbying group paid to lobby on behalf of the city is working to bring in developments and jobs to our city for the residents to benefit from. A lobbying firm working on behalf of the city is working to bring in developments. They're not giving jobs to anyone in Westchester or Yonkers. Those contractors are coming from out of state. Am I confused here, Erwin? What do you mean? Stupid identity policies. We are supposed to applaud POC who policies hurt people of color whose policies hurt people of color. Exactly. Tasha Diaz, a black woman, changed her vote, basically doing what the mayor wanted and killing the affordable housing ordinance. Erwin, there's a housing crisis here in the city of Yonkers. Did you know that? Not everybody gets a hookup like you. Not everybody is fortunate enough to say, hey, you can't get a job. I got you. Don't worry. I got your family. Don't worry. Like, you're detached because of that now. Not everybody has that luxury. People in your own family have been applying for jobs with DPW, and they have not gotten a call back. You know what they got? An offer to pay for one, $8,000. Did you help there? Unbelievable. Pay that man for his own. Anthony, and then he brings up Anthony DiMaggio, which I don't know why. So this led me to believe that this is Vinny Spano behind this. Again, they're best friends. Anthony needs to stop bad talking someone that has an affection for people in his family. Why have so many people pissed off at you? It's not only stressful for oneself, it stresses the entire family. Vinny loves Sal Sr. as he loves Sal Jr. I don't know what that got to do with me. But then look what your wife puts up, because you guys think you're better than people. I had to share this from a friend because it's sad truth. A lot of people have their priorities wrong. It's disgusting, period. It's none of your business what their priorities are. Y'all out here hunting down a PS5, but was waiting on the school district to pass out Chromebooks. Are you talking about black people? Or it just happened to be a black guy? Right? You think you're better than people. Don't worry about what people do in their priorities. It's none of your business, the way you like to say, right? And so, what do you think, folks? Am I bugging? Or is Miss Vasquez also Miss Sanchez? You got to see some of the things that she's been writing me, Miss Sanchez, for a while now. And so, I listen, you guys want to get into the arena, then we're going to do that. Then, I'm going to put you guys out there. That's it. I mean, again, IP addresses are also, easy to track. Basically, what you're doing with these fake pages is considered harassment. I'm speaking about elected officials who are corrupt in a lot of people's opinion. And there's actual evidence there. If people would just look at it, you can see it. It's there. But it's not the elected officials that are saying anything. It's fake pages. Why? Who are you guys? Who are you fake pages? I'm not talking about you. Don't even know who you are. You're a fake page. Why are you so upset? Why? And why is it that people are emailing me, giving me this information? If people hate me so much, if they hate it, why is that? Let's go over some of the things that she was saying. Look at this. Oh, like, you're bugging. You're crazy. That's exactly what you did on the podcast the other night. You went crazy with all your comments and cursing and all that. Same thing. This is what they put up. This is what she's posting. Sonia posted my daughter up, but they don't like it when they get their family posted up. All right? They don't like that. They don't like it when it gets done back to them. Who are you, Sonia Sanchez? Why are you worried about me and what I'm doing? unless you're really Miss Vasquez. You know who you are. You're really Miss Vasquez. And I caught you. That is why you came and tried to cop a plea. Messaging me, trying to cop a plea. What was she saying? What? You want to? I moved to CT. I will be in Yonkers. What this person saying? I'm gonna read you what this person had said to me, Ms. Vasquez, there after she saw the post there. Right away. I mean, they see it right away. Listen, I know I went back and forth with you the other night, and she's referring to the podcast where she was cursing at me and stuff. And it's not like me to do that, but honestly, I'm sick of all this. Me too. Me too. I didn't start this. You seem to forget that. I know what's going on since you make everything public and people call me to tell me what you're saying and posting. But what am I saying and posting about you? I was never saying anything about you. Not until you guys called that CPS, you did that. And then I got, the information, the evidence that it was you guys were involved. That's when I started saying something. And it wasn't about you. Never mentioned you. And I get your frustration, she says. I don't even know you. Now you're saying I call CPS on you. Well, you threatened to call. You invited people to call using Sonia Sanchez. Absolutely. Is that what you're accusing me of? Question mark. I don't know your family to ever do some dirty thing like that. I have children and a family, and I know how dirty that feels. Trust me. Okay, so you know. Sounds like you've been through it. I'm not reaching out to you for you to put this all over your page. Well, you should reach out to me. Seriously, let me explain something because I don't know where you're coming from. But yes, we do have a dog, a big brown one. That dog in that picture is white. No, it's not. Brown. Are we looking at the same picture? You go at it with people and throw my husband's name around. Okay, now you're accusing me of calling you on CPS. Wow, am I throwing your husband's name around? Your husband injects himself into my page. He comments. In fact, the other day I made a comment on Mike Spano's page and your husband had to reply and say something. Why? 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 Do they send him to come at me? Do they think because if it's a family member, it'll make it seem more believable that he's the bad guy, that he's crazy? Because even his own family is saying it? Is that your strategy? So she go, I don't have anything against you. Like I said, well, you came on my page all aggressively, accusing me of calling your husband Erwin Spano. No, I'm not the one. The people you hang out with call him that. That's what they told me. Like I said, I don't know you like that. I met you twice, once in City Hall and once at the Castle Royale. I'm sorry that you're going through this BS like this. I understand why you feel this way. Okay. So then why don't you guys reach out rather than come on Facebook? And why don't your husband reach out rather than make silly comments or responses to me when I'm not even talking to him? That's not cool, like I said, and I get it. You never did anything to me. No, I have never done anything to you. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. But you see how they're taking a different tone now. Because when you know you've been busted, that's what you're going to do. You're going to take a different tone. Because if it was me, I would have, if it wasn't me, and that was, why did the dog page, the profile pic change? Why? Why? If I was the one that created the fake page and I had the dog profile and the person that I was attacking thought it was somebody else, I would leave it. Let them believe that. Throw them off the scent. But instead, you go and change the picture right away. Another indication that I was right. And that picture is of Erwin laying in the bed with the dog on his stomach. Because I remember it. Messed up. You messed up. That's you. That's you. You are Sonia Sanchez. And that's all there is to it. And I caught you. And so you threatened to call CPS. And you invited other people to call CPS using the Sonia Sanchez page. Only someone that would be as upset as you would do something like that, because you're so emotionally upset right now. I could tell the way you came on the page the other night or the podcast. Why does it bother you so much if it's not true? So, folks, this is what they're doing. And I told you that this was going to happen. I said this a while back. I said, watch, folks, they are going to come at me with everything. Everything. I said this before the CPS calls. I said it. They're going to come at me with everything. And now they're coming at me even harder because I'm talking about even more sensitive subjects. They don't want you to know about Empire Strategic Planning and the connection it has to the Committee for a Better Yonkers. They don't want you guys to know that. They don't want you to know that they're selling jobs and the individuals that are involved. You saw Vinny Spano. He didn't want me mentioning Lieutenant Cal Nasser at all. So am I wrong, folks? Tell me, am I wrong for letting you folks know what's happening? People saying I can't get a job, that they won't hire me. It's all about who you know. And so I start to put it all out there. So hopefully we could change this so more people could get jobs. So it's not just a few that are part of the friends and family networks that get hooked up. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for explaining exactly how the ordinance failed? Why Tasha Diaz killed the ordinance, the game that she was playing? People out here are in need of a housing situation, affordable housing situation, and they're playing with people's lives. They don't care. Did you see the picture I posted up of the lobby of these luxury developments? They're charging all this money, and they have people, they have homeless people are getting into the lobby and they're sleeping on the couch. And that was sent to me this morning by people who live there. They said, this is scary. Packages have been getting stolen. People's shoes, they leave their boots out at their door. They've been getting stolen. And they're upset because they're paying $2,500 for a studio apartment. They were promised 24-hour concierge. Now that's gone. The parking lot that they park in is not even owned by the buildings, owned by a third party. They keep jacking up the cost of the monthly parking fee. They're charging them for things that they're not providing. They charge them for security cameras. They don't even have many. So people are complaining about these luxury rentals that are coming in that are so great and so wonderful. And I'm talking about it. Am I wrong for that? Do you want to be lied to? Do you prefer to be lied to? Or do you want to know the truth? And of course, you're going to have people come on here with fake pages. Of course. You're going to have people talking crap about me. Of course. This is a big deal for them. This is very important. I'm over here putting a wrench in their plans. They've already cheated us out of voting for term extension. They basically just said, screw you. We're going to change the laws once again. There's nothing you can do about it. We don't care what the people have to say. And we're going to push Mike Spano for another 4 years. And now you got this guy, Freddie Vasquez, giving out all this information that's not good, that could be damaging. So minions, go out there and attack this guy. Keep him busy going back and forth with you guys. Ruros, go attack this guy. Brian, go attack this guy. It's not working, call CPS. Attack his business, attack his wife. Maybe she'll put the pressure on him to stop. We got to do something. And that's what this is all about. This is it. Simple as that. Simple as that. When you speak about the administration, they will come after you. Everybody knows that. Everybody. And that's why people stay quiet. People have said they want to support me, but they can't do it publicly. They apologized for it, but you don't have to. I understand. Who wants to have CPS called on them for no reason? Who wants to have their family constantly blasted? It's funny how people got a problem now that I got their pictures up there, but when they were doing mine, they didn't care. Erwin didn't reach out and say, yo, Freddie, that's messed up. Let me go talk to Vinny, who pays Ruros. Let me go talk to Vinny, who pays Brian. That's his bread and butter. Ruros said it. The city pays him. And then they tell people to go advertise with him. People that got contracts with the city, you have to go advertise there. That's why you see the same people on their pages. The same people that are part of this circle of individuals that are corrupt. Bottom line. And you're right, Teresa, we will come out and vote. That's the plan. Well, hopefully they won't cheat that, because we know Zahi Jeris has been accused of opening, or Anthony Mangone, who was working for Jeris and them, was accused of opening sealed ballots on behalf of Nick Spano and writing his name in it. Zahi Jeris' sister, Susan Salem, miraculously found 18 ballots somewhere in a duffel bag to help Nick Spano win by 18 ballots, by those ballots. So they cheat. They ballot harvest. I know how they do it. And so we have to watch for that. So again, yes, we are going to come out. We are going to vote. And I'm not the only one that's going to be putting out information, because more people are going to be coming out with more stuff. It's coming. Just wait. So you get closer to the primaries. People are pissed off. Why you think there's a lawsuit, Teresa? Why? Right. No. Erwin's wife did also. So Brian and Rue, post your daughter. Yeah, you're post. No. Erwin's wife did also, using Sonia Sanchez, the fake page. She got outed. End of story. End of story. She was outed. Folks, tell me if I'm lying. Okay? Tell me if I'm lying. What would you think? I showed you the post. You saw the post. Dogs grow. That's what they do. What do you think? Am I lying? Sonia Sanchez, Erwin's wife with the dog. Sonia Sanchez with the dog. Am I lying? Am I lying? Show proof it was her. Stop it, Teresa. Stop it, yo. Stop it. That's why she messaged me, being all nice. She wasn't nice before. She wasn't nice before, but now she's nice. Don't worry, we are going to get to the bottom of it, because all this information is going to go to law enforcement. It's a crime. It's a crime. But why is the city letting Yonkers' voice run wild? I don't understand. These are men, and knowing what they did, and they got kids. Why is it okay for him to run wild and they pay him? That's crazy. Exactly. They don't say nothing about this guy. It's okay that the guy had child pornography, right, in his computer in 2018. It's okay. He pled guilty to sexual misconduct with a minor under the age 16. That's okay. Nobody says nothing about him. It's all good. Have him around the kids. Have him in the schools, videotaping kids. It's all good. Whatever became of that child pornography that he had in his computer? Who was the little girl? Where did it come from? Why did that go away? Folks, why did that go away? You should be asking this. We need to know, are our kids in danger here? Because Ruros has child pornography with a little girl in it. Who's the little girl? It's disgusting how it is this right, and he's out here cool as, yeah, it's disgusting. A lot of parents really don't know. Well, they need to know. We need to spread it. I put the paperwork. I put the police report. I posted the court records. I don't make the fake pages and create lies with no proof. Police don't like him. You know why police don't do nothing about it? because they support him in City Hall. That's why. The police don't want him around, but their bosses up in City Hall allow it. Who were the ones that invited him into the school a couple of weeks ago? The administration. One mom was pissed. She said she will speak to her husband. Yeah, this is disgusting. And another thing is that there are other victims that have not come forward because they don't want to. They don't want to deal with it. And that's not okay, that they have to see this man. He's nasty and perverted. And this is the corruption that I'm talking about, Teresa. I did post the actual proof, and some of it I cannot because it will be an issue for the courts. You can't put everything out on the Facebook. It'll be an issue for the courts. Don't worry. If it's not true, like you guys say, got nothing to worry about, right? Got nothing to worry about. You should be able to sleep good at night. Don't worry about Freddie Vasquez. He's just some crazy guy on a podcast, right? Why are you worrying about him? Why are you worrying about him? There's obvious corruption going on here in the city of Yonkers. It's obvious. A lot of people know about it, and a lot of people are tired of it. They're tired of it, and that's why they're giving me the information. That's why these people are creating fake pages. That's why they're going after me. That's why they're creating the lies. That's why they're posting up my family. That's why they're calling CPS. Let's listen to the CPS call with the lady today. She's talking about, what's her name? Let's listen to the CPS. Let me know if you can hear this. And I got a lot of calls here. Can you hear that? You can't hear the call? Were you able to hear it before? Were you able to hear it at all? Let me see if I can play it. Let me know if you can hear it.
You just told me was really just wrong, but I'm
no. What you're gonna tell me is that you have to investigate. Now you have a new claim because I have screenshots of an individual with a fake profile threatening to call CPS on me. If you can hear it, just let me know. So are you gonna investigate that, or are you just gonna investigate?
I'm about to enlighten you on.
Okay, go ahead, please. If you got good information, good news, then I'm willing to listen.
To you how this works. So when a person calls to a report in, they call it into the State Central Registry, which is up in Albany. Right. Most people don't know who Mr. Velasquez is. They don't know your family. They don't know if you had an argument with somebody or whatever the case is. All they know is that somebody's calling the registry with a care and concern about a child.
Okay.
And by law, they are supposed to take that information. And once that information is accepted from the State Central Registry, which is all the way up in Albany, then what happens is a report is generated. And once the report is generated, then it comes down to the local district offices. Depending on where you live will depend on which office gets it. So you guys live in Yonkers. So what happens is the Yonkers district office will receive a report. They get the report, they read what it says. By law, we are required to go out and address the report with the family. Because one, it's your right to know that you are, and then, someone calls in a report.
I already knew it was going to happen. I already knew it was going to happen.
So wait, let's wait. So that's one. By law, we have to come out to assess the safety of the children. So that's two. So that's the reason why. And the other thing that you're not clear on, we investigate child abuse. Any children that are at risk at, harm and any such from a caretaker, parent.
No, I understand that. So I'm not trying to cut you off.
By the registry. But I just want to answer the other question that you said. We don't investigate the people that call in the report. That's not our job. So if you feel that that somebody's calling in a false report against you maliciously or trying to make your life miserable, and you have that proof, then you have all right, because there is a crime that's against you.
But we have, and you guys do, and nobody does anything about it.
You guys, we're not.
Okay, listen to me. And as far as me and my family's concerned, as far as me and my family's concerned, it's the system, right? And you work for the system, so you are part of it. It's no disrespect to you. No disrespect, ma'am. Ma'am,
in regards to getting people to do stop doing the false report.
Okay, ma'am, I get that, ma'am, I get that. Okay. I get that. Okay, again, I'm a smart man. I have an MBA. Okay, I have no criminal record. I have nothing. I have businesses. Okay, if you know who I am, if you learn the situation, then you guys will see what's happening. Okay.
But we're still required to.
You're not talking. You're not understanding. But you're not letting me finish, ma'am. You're not letting me finish. See, this is the problem. You're not trying to understand what's going on here. Right?
I totally understand what you're saying.
So check it out. Then you're gonna have to speak to my attorney. Don't even. Then if you're gonna be this way, then don't come to my house. You have to go through my attorney. Okay, because we've already reported this. We've already put people on notice. We put the police on notice. I'm telling you that people have threatened to call CPS on me. Man, but you're cutting me off again, man. Ma'am, you keep cutting me.
I understand what you're saying.
But then I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying anything against what you're saying.
Okay, so then you're telling me that you're not going to bother me because you know that this is malicious. That's what you're saying then?
Well, what I'm saying to you is you're telling me that you want to meet with your attorney, so I will document that. I will let my manager know what you're saying.
Yes.
Wait, let me finish.
But you never let me finish.
I did, because I do understand where you're coming from. You're very frustrated that someone keeps calling.
Yeah, but I can show you who it is. I can show you who it is. I can show you where it's coming from.
My job. I can't go to that.
But then you need to tell me who that job is, because that's where we need to go. Okay, so give me that phone number and tell them we're not going to investigate this.
That's your local district attorney's office.
They don't do anything, ma'am. I have gone to them. Ma'am, I have gone to them. They do not do anything. Ma'am, but what do you do? Ma'am, what do you do when they don't do anything, especially when the district attorney is... Man, who's their superiors, ma'am? Well, who's their superiors, ma'am? Who's their superiors, ma'am? And can I make a report with you, ma'am?
No, sir.
I can't? Okay. Well, now you guess what's going to happen. Now, people are going to get upset because I have a podcast and I've been talking about this where, these CPS. Yeah, you see it. And so
you heard what she said. She knows.
And so what's going to happen is that people are going to get upset and they're going to be like, man, you know what? We should start calling CPS on those people that are calling in on Freddie. And now you're going to have a CPS war rather than investigate this. I'm not going to make those calls. But and you know what? And I'm letting you know that it's against the law to make false CPS reports. Yet and still, you do not consider but you're not looking at this now as saying, okay, this is malicious. Regardless how many new ones you get, you have to say, ma'am, you must work with them. You must work with them. You must work with them. Did they get you a job too? Did they get you your job?
Now you're talking a little bit different.
No, I'm not, because you're disrespecting me by cutting me off. You're not listening. You're not willing to hear what I'm saying to you. My name is not Mr. Velasquez, first of all. So you have the wrong person. You have the wrong person. So I suggest you go find that person, because that's not me. Okay, you have a nice day, because you're not going to. You're not speaking to the right person. Go bye. Have a nice day. Mistaken. What's your supervisor's number?
I'm not mistaken you, Mr. Velasquez.
All right. Yeah, I know you, but you're calling me Velasquez, okay? So that's not my name. So, okay, so then have my name correct then, Miss Sullivan. What's your supervisor's name? What's your supervisor's name? Fine, but I want to speak to your supervisor, because I want to speak to your supervisor and let him know what's going on.
Sir, there's no one else here for you to speak to.
I can't talk to a supervisor?
Right now, you cannot.
I cannot talk to... Is he off today? Is that
If you would like to speak to someone other than Sullivan, you're welcome to call back the same, well, not this number.
But that's what 995
2099 after
2099.
You're only gonna get me.
After 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Why after 4?
You call when we hang up. You're gonna get the county police, and they're gonna connect you to Miss Sullivan.
Well, I'm calling the district attorney next.
Okay. If you don't want to speak to me, you want to speak to.
Well, I have nothing to say to you. You can't help me.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain to you that we're being attacked and they're using CPS, and you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear none of that.
But I'm telling you that I'm understanding what you're saying. I don't know what more is there.
Do you know all the laws in the state of New York?
Mr. Vasquez,
I'm asking you a question.
I will let you go because I have to leave.
Do you know all the laws in the state? Do you know the laws about recording? Do you know the laws? I will. Yo, watch my show tonight. You're gonna be on it. Oh man. So the woman is trying to explain to me the process. I already know the process. I get it. So what I was trying to say to her is explain to her what's happening here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, I get it. You guys have to investigate once the report is made. I understand that. I get it. But at this point, now you guys have to use your brains a little bit and say, do we continue to, investigate this guy when obviously he's being attacked? Right? Even the other CPS people we spoke to, they starting to see it. They're starting to really see it. They understand about the podcast and everything. Or do you say, you know what? Maybe we should start looking into the people doing this, because at some point CPS has to set an example. They cannot continue to entertain false reports all day long. 84% of CPS reports are false. 84%. 84%. And they are retaliatory as well. We already got them recorded in lies. These people will lie. Like, no problem doing it. Will lie. And so if you're ever dealing with CPS or any government agency, record them. They will lie. Record them. Make sure, because that was big for us when we recorded them. We recorded them lying. And when they knew about it, they backpedaled, got all nice, let it go. Let us know. Then they even called the people and said, hey, you guys can't be doing this. It's malicious. It's against the law. But they never went after them. You need to set an example. You have to go after people that make false calls. You have to. Because if not, people time and time again are going to continue to do this whenever they have an issue and they want to remain anonymous and their fake pages are not getting to the guy. So then they go to the next step, anonymous CPS calling. Right? That's what they do. That's what they do. If 5 consecutive calls before they do an investigation and put a red flag on your name. Yeah. Well, that's 2. Or you guys going to use different people? Is that what you guys are doing? You know all about it, huh, Teresa? Know all about it. And Ms. Vasquez, you said you understand how I feel. Why? Did you have a CPS report once upon a time as well? This is not going to go anywhere. This is going to be big. I'm going to make it as big as possible now. As big as possible. I'm going all out with this. So you guys open up another can. Because I'm not going anywhere. Nowhere. You understand that? Basement politics is here to stay, especially now. And at the end of the day, everybody already sees what you guys are about. People see it, yo. People see it. No, but she has family that has. Okay, so then she should be more, compassionate about that, right? Why not call me up and say, hey, it's an issue, whatever. Erwin got my number, right? Why not? Rather than and go on Facebook and do that. That's the fake page. She's Sonia, folks. Do you think that she's Sonia now? I want to know. Tell me, besides Teresa, we obviously know what you think, Teresa. Do you think that she was Sonia based on the pictures there with the dog? They're saying it's 2 different dogs. I don't know, they're 2 different dogs? Oh, is it Sonia? Take a look. Is it 2 different dogs? I mean, dogs grow, remember. Got that tongue look. There, look. Look at that tongue look. Is it 2 different dogs? What do you think, folks? Yeah, I'll make it bigger. Well, Irwin had the dog on his stomach once. Whose dog is it? What do you guys think? Fake page? Person that's mad at me. Irwin Vasquez. Best friend of Vinny Vasquez. I'm calling him Vinny Vasquez. Vinny Spano. Best friends. How did he get that video, Irwin? You don't know nothing about that, huh, Irwin? You guys don't know nothing, huh? Stop it. Stop it. So again, folks, you tell me, am I bugging? Or is this the woman that created Sonia Sanchez? Teresa, I'm not taking it from you. I already know where you stand. I need other people. I need people that's not family to them. Of course you're going to say that. Like I told her, of course you're going to say that. Of course. But obviously Sonia Sanchez is also friends with Jamie Spano, because it seems like they were defending her, protecting them. They protect the Spanos. Whoever Sonia Sanchez is a Spano defender. Who's Sonia Sanchez? Why don't they use their real names, Teresa? If they are the ones that are in the right, if they are the honest people, the people of good moral character and good, high integrity and all that, why don't they use their real names and say that stuff to me? Why do they create all these different pages, Teresa? Why do you think that is? Just take a guess. I know you may not know, but take a guess. Why do you think people are doing that? I don't create a fake page. You see my face. I'm right here. Why do they create fake pages, Teresa? Why do you think they do that? As opposed to saying it themselves, using their face, their name, and everything. If I'm wrong and they're right. Why? By the way, but why Teresa deleted her comments? Yo, Freddie, you be having me dying. It's the same dog. They think you stupid, but fucked up by using the dog. Exactly. Exactly. Obviously, because you have a podcast hating on people. But who am I hating on, Teresa? Who? Who am I hating on? Who? Who am I hating on? Am I hating on everyday people? Am I hating on the average person in Yonkers? Am I hating on the average person? I'm not even hating on anybody, actually. Why? Because I'm speaking about corruption. You know, Teresa, what I did when I got the first false CPS? I talked about the term limits. We didn't want term limits extended. The people. That's why they didn't put it on a referendum. They knew it wasn't going to pass. So the city council, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, by herself, introduces it. So when I started talking about that, then I get the first one. Because I was now against Spano. There was no doubt about it. See, before when I wasn't against Spano, Vinny was cool with me. Why did Vinny, hey, Anita, I see you there. What, the white dog? Guys, you see a white dog? She keeps saying white dog. I don't see a white dog. I see a brown one, and I see another brown one. Brown. Now the lighting is a little different, right? That's affecting the color. It's just for clout. What clout? I'd rather be low, Teresa. You think I want to do this podcast? Really? That shows how much you know nothing. I was low for a long time. They brought me out. I try to be good with Vinny Irwin. People were calling me his best friend, or at least that's what he was saying. I was trying. So don't act like I wasn't trying. I donated to their campaigns. Lakeisha got money from me. Tasha. Tim Hodges. I donated. I try to play nice. I was supporting them until I realized that they were full of crap. Tasha Diaz flipped on the housing ordinance. I can't support her no more for that. She dissed the people. Tasha Diaz dissed the people when she flip-flopped on them. Then she called them beggars. She called minorities beggars. So I talk about that for clout? What clout? You know how much money I make on this podcast? $0. Zero. You know what clout I've gotten for this podcast? False CPS reports. You think I want that? That's the clout I want? False CPS reports and a bunch of people making fake pages to make immature comments, truly childish and immature comments. I mean, I can't believe that it's actually adults writing some of these comments. We sure do need a pastor to pray over the city. They've said there's a black cloud over Yonkers, and we have to change that. How many people now they've gone after? How many people have they attacked with the same stuff? Child pornography. They've attacked them with these fake pages. They did it to Mike Cater. They did it to Anthony DiMaggio. They've done it to superintendents, to principals, to people at DPW, to police officers, firemen. They've done it to so many people in this city that you should know by now what I'm saying is true. You're right. Your detractors have never been able to challenge your arguments. Not at all. What they do is they make fake pages and make immature comments. Now, one has been willing to come on here and prove me wrong. Not one. Not one. Not one. And when I mention cocaine, it's a fact. Okay? Well, how about we do this? Who wants me to go live tomorrow? I'll go in City Hall and I'll pick somebody there and I'll do a random drug test right there on the spot for cocaine. Let's see what the result is. Who's willing to do that? You guys want to just prove me wrong? Rather than talk a lot of crap, call CPS, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You cannot. So they resort to name calling, fake pages, false CPS, prank phone calls. Prank phone calls. That's what they resort to. And these are individuals that are elected officials or individuals associated with elected officials. That is the politics here in the city of Yonkers, Teresa. And that is why I do basement politics, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Do you have kids, Teresa? If you do they go to the Yonkers public schools? If they do, what do you think about them? Do you think they're great, Teresa? Oh, I've been in Yonkers for a long time. I'm from Yonkers, Teresa. This isn't welcome to Yonkers. This is welcome to Yonkers politics. So is it okay, Teresa? Is that what you mean by that? Is it okay? Folks on the east side, you better go out and vote. So when did your son go to Yonkers public schools? And congratulations for your son being in the Air Force. May God bless him. And I really, truly mean that, Teresa, because I'm not a bad person, Teresa. I'm really not. You just know me from the podcast. You hear me saying these things about individuals, but it's true, Teresa. And I have to say it. A lot of people are hurting. And he was, oh, good. Very congratulations. That's what's up, Teresa. That's what's up. That's a example of the kind of mother you are. Shout out to you. Much respect. Much respect. She says son was in a Yonkers public school in a high honor roll. That's what's up. Congratulations. I truly mean that. They were in Catholic so many years, but charter school is dope. They have so many things for the kids in there. The founder of the school is dope and cares for the kids. Listen, and you lived on Lawrence. You're right. And so that shows that it doesn't matter where you're from. I grew up on Southwest Side. I'm born in Vista. I grew up very poor. I was born in a jail. Then I went to live with my grandparents who didn't speak English. But I went and got my MBA, started some businesses, and I try to live my life. And I try to open up daycares to help the community. But guess what, Teresa? In Yonkers, if you don't pay to play, you ain't gonna pay. You ain't gonna play, I should say. If you don't hire Empire Strategic Planning, you're not gonna get those contracts. You're not gonna be able to grow your businesses. That's the problem here. So it's not fair. I don't mind competing, but when you're at a huge disadvantage, when you got people utilizing the building department and other means, fire department and other agencies to attack you or prevent you from being successful, then that's a problem. And that's the problem here in the city of Yonkers. And jobs are given to people for supporting campaigns. So then they go and look for people that they could fire when they have to free up jobs. As Jamie McGill Spano once told somebody, we need those jobs. They need them to give them to people. People who will do favors. People who will pay a lot of money to their campaign. And one day they will call on favors from those people. Favors like go out and make fake pages on Facebook and attack Freddie Vasquez. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Folks, I am here to speak out for the people who can't speak out. They are afraid. I'm the voice of the voiceless. And while corruption is not unique to Yonkers, Yonkers is unique in that it is one of the most corrupt, if not the most corrupt city in the country. New York State is the #1 state for political corruption. That's a fact. And I've lived in other places. I have property in other cities in the Midwest where we will go to retire when the Spanos take everything from me here in Yonkers and I have nothing left. I'm going to go to my beautiful abode out in the Midwest, and I'm going to remember Yonkers and think about how great it was, but how horrible it was at the same damn time. And where we have property out in the Midwest is nothing like Yonkers. Nothing like it. You would think they'd be racist, but Yonkers is more racist. That's a fact. You would think there would be more inequality, but there's more equality. You see more blacks and Hispanic successful out there. The schools, the public schools, look like the private schools here. Why can't we have that here in the city of Yonkers? These amenities that these developments are coming with now, they've had those in the Midwest and in the South forever. That ain't nothing special. And yes, we will go when we're ready, because some people said, well, then go. Erwin said, well, then go. You don't like the schools here, then leave. That's what he told me. I said, I am. When I'm ready, Erwin. That's when I'm going to go. But I have a dream. And that dream is to see our city just as beautiful as some of the other places I've lived in before. To see our school districts look like some of the other public school districts that I've seen in this country before. It's possible once we get the corruption out. And that is why I do Basement Politics, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Thank you for those who support. I appreciate those who understand what I'm doing here and know that this is not nonsense. Please don't believe this. And I speak about it. I have no shame in the CPS case. I have 2 current CPS investigations, folks. I got 2 open CPS investigations, folks. And I got it because I speak out. Because I speak on the corruption. I tell you, Nick Spano is operating here in the city of Yonkers with Empire Strategic Planning. He and the mayor, along with Vinny Spano and Zahi Jarris, are influencing and manipulating our Yonkers City Council. They are changing Yonkers to be what they want it to be and not what we want it to be. And if you don't get out and vote next year, many of you will not be here anymore. Many of you will not be here anymore. They are pushing people out. I love how parents act like they did something just because their kids joined the military but had no choice because the parents can't teach them another way out. that's a whole thing, I don't want to take away from Teresa's, accomplishments as a mother and the accomplishments of her son, but I understand what you're saying. I get it. I remember one time I was in class and I was pulled out of class in the middle of class just to meet with a recruiter from the Army. I don't know why. I never had any intentions of going to the Army. I never said I wanted to go, but yet and still, they brought me out of class and asked me if I was interested. I said, no, I'm not interested. I'm not going to the military. Although I almost joined the Air Force myself, but I didn't, But I don't ever want to say that that's a wrong decision. However, for many minorities, a lot of times it seems like that's the only way. And this is another reason why I speak about this. We need more opportunities for minorities, Blacks and Hispanics, so they don't feel that they have a few choices. Not that that's a bad decision. I've known that has done a lot of great things for a lot of people. People have gone into the military, been very successful, have come out, have had successful lives. But yes, you're right. I wish there would be more opportunities for Blacks and minorities. Just a quick fact, during the Vietnam War, the United States population of African American was 10%. However, the Vietnam War the U.S. military sent three quarters of the soldiers were African American, yet the country's population at that time was only 10%. So it was mostly Blacks, Hispanics, and poor whites who were going to fight and dying. While the elites, like the elites here in Yonkers, whose kids get to go to the better schools if they don't go to private school, whose kids get the jobs at the police department and the fire departments and DPW if they don't get a job on their own. The elite kids, they went, but they were the commanding officers. They didn't see any actual combat, right? And that's how it is. It's always the elites that are protected, that get everything. And so that's the unfairness that I'm speaking about here in the city of Yonkers. And that's all. I'm just trying to make it fair for folks. That's all. The crazy, and if the seats aren't, that's crazy. And if the seats aren't filled, they just don't get filled and everybody loses rather than the parents have a choice for their kids. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry. They're talking about the school choices. I don't act like nothing. My son went to LIU Post and made his own decision. No, most respect to you, Teresa, but I understand what he's saying, but, I definitely don't want to take away from your accomplishment, your son's accomplishment, because I'm not a bad person, Teresa. Honestly, I love the fact that your son is doing well. Believe it or not, I love that. I love that fact that he's doing well, and I'm happy to hear that. I am. And the fact that you guys, you lived on Lawrence, which is a tough, street. I know Lawrence, South Side, and, your son is doing well. That's great. I'm really happy for you. And I genuinely mean that. I do. And I want to see more kids that grew up on Lawrence, that grew up on Buena Vista, that grew up on Riverdale, and School Street and Slow Bombs, and Warburton do well. That's all I ever wanted. And Vinny Spano will tell you that because I made that very clear to him. I said, Vinny, all I want is to help the youth of the city of Yonkers break the cycle of poverty. That's it. That's all I ever asked. That's all I ever asked for. And in return, I got 2 false CPS reports. I'm Freddie Vasquez. I'm up out of here, folks. Have a beautiful and blessed night. I will see you soon. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Thank you. Podcast again. Spread the word. Start to speak out. Change is coming. It may not seem like it, but change is coming. I promise you that. Folks, we can be mature about this. Stop the fake pages. Stop the false CPS reports. Let's all meet in private. You can apologize to me and it could all go away and we can move forward. I can do my business, or we could continue this war that apparently I'm now in with the city of Yonkers and individuals associated with the city of Yonkers. It's going to be a long 2023, but I'm ready. I'm ready, baby. The best is yet to come.
Freddie wins.
Don't get mad about the information that I have posted. Be concerned with the information that has not been posted. That's where I would worry.
Ready wins. Fatality.
No!